So let's talk about the law of attraction and how exactly you can manifest correctly in a way that works anything you want. Here's how I'm helping my clients to get from it's not working to oh my god, what is this magic? You can use this practice to create anything you want, to manifest anything you want all the time, on repeat, not just sometimes. So let's begin with the beginning. When people are coming into my world and they are telling me, Cristina, it's just not working. I'm doing everything and it simply doesn't work. We start looking first at two key F's. The first F stands for faith and the second one stands for focus. Now, faith is driven by everything we are telling ourselves inside our head. Everything we tell ourselves about how the universe works for us, what is available for us, what is possible for us, all that creates the faith. It's the mental diet that we are keeping ourselves on. And sometimes really the problem is that we might have a mantra around it's not working that we just keep repeating. And that is the mental diet that we are keeping ourselves on. That becomes what we are feeding our faith with. The second part, the second F, which stands for focus, is equally important because it defines the direction where our energy goes. We know that where our attention goes, our energy flows. And here's the thing, most of the times we intellectually say, consciously say, I want this or that, but subconsciously we keep looking at what we don't want. We keep looking at the problem. We keep staying present with the problem and we can't move our energy away from it. I want to give you a practice that will be bringing you so much self-awareness, but also a very simple, quick way to help your focus to stay where you actually want instead of defaulting on all patterns. So let's imagine that we have these two big circles. They are imaginary circles, but we will bring them on the screen also. So on one circle, we have everything we don't want. Everything that is the problem, everything that we are moving away from, everything that we feel like it's not working. And on the other circle is the dimension, the possibility where everything you want exists, is what you want, is the solutions, is the knowing that it's working. Now, I want you to bring imaginary, in your imagination, these two circles, one next to the other. And realize that most of the time, most probably, your attention stays on the circle with a problem. On the circle that says it's not working as an internal mantra. On the circle where you just notice what you don't want. Instead of staying on the circle that actually gives you access to the energy, the frequency, and the consciousness of what you actually want. So I want you to look very, very closely to these two circles, because once you visualize and you hold this visual in your consciousness, it will be so much easier to identify when you are in one circle or when you are in the other circle. And here's the thing, we want to move you more and more in terms of attention, in terms of energy, in terms of bandwidth, into the circle with what you actually want. Why? Because once we start connecting to the consciousness of having what we want, of having the solution, having the desire in our life, in our reality, we start accessing a type of consciousness that will change the way we operate. We cannot create what we want from the consciousness of it's not working. So in order to actually create what we want, we need to swap circles. We need to get into the circle where it's working, We have the solution. We are living out our desire. We have to start practicing the energy, the frequency, and more important than anything, the feelings of being there. And the more we do that, something very interesting starts happening. We start tuning more and more into that consciousness of the solution, of the desire, of it's working. And as we tune into that consciousness, we start noticing that we start receiving ideas, inspiration, impulses, downloads that are turning us on the direction that is aligned with that consciousness. So it's not us operating from it's not working that will ever get to what we want. It's first elevating ourselves into the consciousness of already have it, already received it, it's working, I have the solution, and that consciousness itself is creating the path to there. Now you might ask, okay, very well, but how do I tune into that consciousness, Cristina? How can I come from there in order to create from there? I'll give you a very simple prompt. And the prompt is, if I were the person who already has it, what would I think? What would I feel? And what would I do right now? What would I think? Because it's first the thought that comes. Then what would I feel? The thought is creating a feeling. And then what would I choose? What would I do? What kind of actions would I be taking? And stay with the answers. Let yourself receive the answers, but not only in an intellectual way, because that's where we sabotage ourselves. Take those answers and let yourself feel it. Feel what it feels like to be the you who already has the solution, who already lives out the desire, who knows that it is working. The you that already has what you want will never say it's not working or I'm not having it, because she already has it. She already lives it. She's already on the other side. So in order to connect to that dimension, to connect to that consciousness, what we want is to always train our awareness to understand what kind of circle we are coming from. And don't take me wrong, there will be plenty of times when you will still find yourself into the, I don't want to say wrong circle, but the unwanted circle, right? And in those moments, we just need to notice, okay, I'm in the unwanted circle, let's swap, let's jump into the wanted circle, the circle where I have it, I have the solution, it's working, I am enjoying my desires. And from there, let yourself feel yourself being the you who's already having it. The you that know that it's working, it's working now. The you that has the solutions coming to you. The you that is enjoying the desire, because by the way, we don't need to have that desire in order to start enjoying the desire. It's a big breakthrough when you let yourself actually let this truth sink. So we start going through our days with the idea that it is working. It is working now. I am the person who's having it. I am the person who got my desires. I am the person who is receiving this. It's working right now. Now, I want to give you a golden nugget, something that I just love and my clients love also when I am bringing this practice to them. It's a way to go around resistance. And hear me out, it's very easy to go through manifestation practices and actually to just reaffirm lack. Every time when we say affirmations that we don't believe in, every time we state something that we don't feel as being truth and our true for us, we get to actually wire in and restate inside ourselves the exact opposite, which means the unwanted. So in order to alchemize that energy, that resistance that can come with, I don't know if it's working because I'm looking around and I don't see it working, but then I have to repeat inside my head that it's working. So how is this actually working? For those moments, here's what I want you to do. I want you to repeat inside yourself or even write it down. I'm making the assumption that it's working right now. I'm making the assumption that it's working right now. And then another thing, another shift that I just completely love is looking around and deciding this is what it working looks like right now. This is what it working looks like right now. This is how the manifestation of what I want looks like. This is what the path to what I want looks like right now. This is how it looks like to get what I want. Once you start playing enough times with these shifts, with this inner pivoting, something beautiful will be happening. You will start spending more time in the wanted circle and less in the unwanted. Now, just to debunk here something and to make things even easier for you, we'll never be able to stay 100% of time outside of the unwanted circle. So don't even try to do that because we can't control our mind. We can't control our mind, not in the sense of, in an absolute sense, but we can mold our mind and we can work with our mind, which means that there will always be a fraction of the time, a part of the time when we still feel like it's not working, we still get inclined to notice the problem, we still get inclined to notice what we don't want around us, but it's important, it's essential that most of the time we stay in the wanted circle, in the wanted possibility. And just by tilting the scale and bringing more energy, more attention, more of our presence and consciousness with what we want, that's how our vibration starts shifting. And that's how we start becoming a match for what we actually want. So it's not necessary to be 100% of the time in the wanted realm in order to manifest what we want. What is necessary is to be 51%. Can you imagine this? 51%, which means a little bit more time in with the attention on what we want instead of what we don't want. That is so feasible. And you can do that by using this practice. Keep your attention awake during the day. Listen to what you are telling yourself in your head. Listen to the part that creates the faith, the mental diet. What is the mantra? What is the story that keeps looping in your head? Most of our thoughts each and every day are thoughts that we thought the day before and the day before and the day before and the day before. So only a few of the thoughts that we are thinking every single day, not us, because we are special and we are conscious, but let's say the average person. Most of the thoughts of an average person are exactly the same thoughts that they've been living with automatically, sometimes for years or even decades. So when we start noticing what is the narrative, we start shifting. We start bringing a new story, the story that it's working. It's working right now. This is what it working looks like. I'm making the assumption that it's working right now. I am the person who gets to have it. I am the me who gets to see it working. It's working right now. Okay, so it's really a matter of brainwash. And then it's a matter also of focusing on it working and on what we want and on the desire and who we are there and what are the thoughts, what are the feelings, what are the actions, and start showing up from that consciousness. It's so freaking important. It will change your life. And if you want to take this one notch farther, I want you to watch this video about creating from the possibility and not from the experience. It's a beautiful complement to everything we've just covered today, and it will take your manifestation even higher. Thank you so much for watching this. If you like this video, like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. It will make me so very happy.